Tom.
Hello everybody, Tom Fawkes here. Welcome back to more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. In the last episode, we finished up Tatooine. As much as we could. We still have to come back here at some point in order to meet Mission's brother. And hope that he actually has money for us. Or we're just going to meet him on some other planet and he's going to try to flood with our money. Either way, I'm looking forward to gutting him. In this episode, we got to choose where we want to go next. Whether that is the planet of Manaan or the planet of Korriban. Ooh. Decisions. I think we'll save Korriban for last and we'll head over to Manaan.
Calo Nord is dead, Lord Malak. He has failed in his mission. Forgive me.
The penalty for failure is death, Admiral Kareth. But the failure was Calo's, not yours. You may rise.
Shall I hire another bounty hunter, Lord Malak?
No mere bounty hunter can stand against a Jedi. I shall not make the same mistake again. My apprentice, Darth Bandon, shall take care of our young Jedi friend. Find Bastila and bring her to me, alive, if possible.
As you command, Master.
That's his apprentice. But I'm having another dream. A dream of the planet Manaan. Manaan. Oh, good. No ship fighting. Thank goodness. So here's the thing.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Reverend Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manaan is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
It looked like the star map was underwater.
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Reverend Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Well, great. Time to figure out what to do. There are Gizga here, there are Gizga everywhere. Giving myself what I need. Well, with my big ol' crits. My big ol' critties. I'm gonna bring along Bastila for the time being, because we haven't had her in the party in a while. And anybody else? We'll bring T3 along as well. I feel like T3 is going to be pretty useful here. Both Bastila and T3 have level ups. Computer use. There we go. Looking good in the neighborhood. Level up for Bastila. We probably got 2 level ups for Bastila, honestly. We'll get more wisdom. Skills, we'll just put those into her usual ones. Feats. I chose the same class as her, and I regret that, very much so. How about weapon focus lightsaber? Better than nothing. Go for force heal. Except she gets another level up. Powers. How about... night speed. That's going to be it.
What?
Dude, oops, I didn't mean to go back on the ship. If we fight that guy, the guy that we saw in that cutscene, Darth Bandon, I want his armor. There's no way that this, if he uses any force powers, there's no way it's heavy armor. I don't think there's anything of interest around here, but if we go through the door, docking bay, 26C. A Republic soldier and a Sith soldier. Oh, hello.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
Why did the Sith upset you so much?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manaan, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
Breaking the law?
Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith, and they enforce it very strictly. So we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe Kolto export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
What is Kolto?
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what Kolto is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that Kolto is only found naturally on Manaan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what Kolto bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
The Republic and Sith both stay here?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Have you seen an ancient star map?
Star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I must go.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Now you can see why I don't like this world. This is the most confusing planet to be on. Bastila seems to have something on her mind. Perhaps you should talk to her about it.
How can I help?
I'd like to know more about you, Bastila.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Tell me how you joined the Jedi, then.
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Talravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Discouraged? Why?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love?
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound very convinced.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
Who weren't you on good terms with?
I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
You never tried to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
You sound very sad when you say that.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
It sounds to me like the... I lost my train of thought there. Excuse me. The lady doth protest too much, is what I'm trying to say. A merchant. Hello, what do you got?
Greetings, human, and welcome to Auto City, visitors' provisional stand. Here we are here to provide visitors all manner of indigenous treats and products produced right here on Manaan. We carry all manner of foods and provisions, and have contacts with resellers across the world to provide you, the customer, with the best shopping experience possible. How is it that the Auto City Provisional Company can help you today?
Let me see your inventory.
Of course, the Auto City Visitors Provisional Stand is here to service you, the customer.
They've got one advanced med kit. And nothing really else of value. Let's see. Anything else I can get rid of? Entirely rid of. The Craft double sword. Any gems I can do without? Sell a heavy blaster. A couple of sonic grenades. But he's got nothing really worth it. He's mostly just like a general goods vendor. Cleaning droid. And if you haven't guessed already, all of these guys are gonna sound like Zoidberg.
Greetings! Forgive me if this seems like an odd question, off-worlder, but might you have any exotic species for sale? Nothing dangerous, mind you.
I have some Gizka if you're interested.
Gizka, you speak of the small bipedal amphibians with overly high reproductive rate, right? Oh no, I'm afraid I cannot take those. Compatriot of mine made the mistake of purchasing a pair of creatures several months ago. Within weeks, our storage facilities were nearly overrun. If you're in possession of such creatures, I hope we keep them separated. If not, then you have my condolences.
Is there no way I can convince you to take them off my hands?
I suppose having a few of the creatures would not be of harm. We do have experience handling them now, I suppose. Since they are difficult to maintain, however, I'd ask that you provide 100 credits, and I'll take them off your hands.
You want me to pay you? How about you give me 100 credits?
I suppose that it's natural for off-worlders to desire commerce, even when it is unfair. Very well, I shall do as you ask in the interest of peace. Here are your credits. I shall send someone to remove the Gizka from your vessel. Good day, off-worlder.
Hey! Experience points and a little bit of pocket change. I've got a docking bay here, but I'm pretty sure. Leaving Auto City Security Zone. Cameras deactivated. Oh, this is a Sith command platform.
Enough time to listen to your stories. I've got a full shipment of Kolto ready to load before my shift is up.
And then I come back in here and it's like, oh, camera's back on. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Security droid. I thought the sound of the floating droid sounded familiar. I think they used that in that same sound effect in Half-Life. Yes, 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 yes. I know. Locked. Nothing a little security can't handle.
On it. Damn.
Didn't work. How about you, droidy? Well, dang. I'll be able to, hopefully I'll be able to get into there at some point. Maybe if I bribe the Sith official. Anyway, we're 15 minutes into this and all we've done is explore the docking bay of Manaan. Let's get into the actual city. So walk around, double-fisting my dildos. There you go. There you go, person who's keeping count of every time I make a vibrator joke. I haven't done that in forever, so there's one to add to the counter. Oh wait, it doesn't count unless I go visitors area. A Volker? Yeah, what do you want? Who are you? My name is Jolee. Just a traveling Pazak player with no special story to tell. Are you interested in the game? Not right now. Well, if you feel like it, it's what I'm here for. I'm probably gonna play a bunch of Pazak off screen. Actually not a terrible water effect for 2003. Continue further into the visitors area. Through this door. We have a Selkath port official.
Welcome to Manaan. While you're here, I trust you'll follow the rules governing the activities of off-worlders.
What are the rules exactly?
Single most important law of Manaan is very simple. Kolto smuggling is punishable by death. If you're carrying unprocessed Kolto, you better have a permit. The other rule is also very simple. Keep the peace. Here on Manaan, we maintain a careful neutrality. We act very harshly to people who jeopardize our neutral status. Any confrontations between Sith and Republic are dealt with swiftly and decisively, understood?
I understand.
There's a docking fee of 100 credits. You have to pay the fee each time you dock in Manaan, or you will not be permitted to Auto City.
Make it 50 credits and you got a deal.
The amount of the fee is legislated by the Manaan Board of Trade and Tourism. I'm not at liberty to haggle on this matter.
Very well, here's the docking fee.
The Manaan Board of Trade and Tourism thanks you, Off-Worlder. Here's a visitor's guide and a map to the city. Refer to it should you have any questions. The gates of Auto City are open to you. You may come and go as you please, so long as you do not leave the planet. If you do, you have to pay the docking fee once more.
This is an area that's governed by law. Completely and utterly governed by law. And it is a royal pain in the butt. What I'm planning on doing is uncovering as much of the map as possible. So that way, if I need to travel somewhere, I can just look at the map and see where I gotta go. Sith soldiers, we haven't seen a lot of Sith armor since, let's see, Traveler, Selkath. This is a private conversation, Off-Worlder. Kolto Distribution Center. Selkath Coordinator, Sith Soldier, anybody with a name, Republic Soldier? Nobody around here has a goddamn name. Why does nobody have a name? This is probably one of the more populated cities in the area, but it's mostly populated by the Sith and the Republic. A Selkath. Private conversation, Off-Worlder. Elora.
I was told that you're a friend of Jolie Bindo, and that Jolie has returned to the sector. Please, I must speak to him. It's very urgent.
Who are you?
My name is Elora. My husband, Sunri, and Jolie are old friends. Now Sunri needs Jolie's help.
I shall tell Jolie immediately.
Please, I beg you to bring Jolie to speak to me about my husband. Sunri's life depends on it.
Well, that's interesting. Why don't we head back to the Ebon Hawk real quick? So that way we can get Jolie in the party. Yeah, but sorry, Bastila. Do I have proper robes for Jolie? Yeah, he's got Jedi Knight robes. Although, actually, what would you look like in blue, old man? Not bad.
What?
I like the look on you. Let's go ahead and transit back. Hello.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunri. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunri has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunri isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunri now?
Sunri's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunri. Somehow.
Well, that is quite interesting.
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries well.
Makes sense, I guess. All right, I'm in. When do I start?
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure he'll have some task he wants you to start on right away.
Well, what was that about?
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to hire these mercenaries before they sign up with the Sith.
Why are you hiring? Maybe you could hire me.
I don't know if you've got what we're looking for. Jedi aren't generally suited to mercenary work. If you want, talk to Roland Wan at the Republic Embassy and see if he can find anything for you. It's north of here, just east past the first courtyard. It's just off the north end of the second courtyard. You can't miss it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to continue my recruitments.
Why do they keep giving me such roundabout directions? It doesn't help! Sith diplomat. Oh, the courts! Yeah, these must be the courts.
The Republic respects the peace of Otto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3 soldiers in the infirmary.
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair fight?
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of numbers.
I'm aware of the Republic's indignation. However, witness reports clearly state your soldiers were as willing to engage in violence as the Sith is in this case.
They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them into this fight.
Taunts and threats are not sufficient provocation in the eyes of this court. Words cannot be ignored, which is what your men should have done.
Words can be ignored.
I find both the Republican Sith to be equally at fault for this breach of peace. I should throw all parties involved in the Otto City jail, but since no Selkath were harmed in this conflict, I will show mercy and levy a fine of 10,000 credits to both sides. The court is dismissed, though I warn you, further disturbances will not be viewed with such leniency.
I'm sick of hearing about Manaan's neutrality. It sounds like a coward's excuse not to fight, if you ask me.
Okay.
One day soon, the Selkath will pay for the indignities they have inflicted on the Sith.
Judge?
I'm Judge Shelkar, acting on behalf of Selkath government of Manaan. Today is it is my task today to answer the needs of off-world citizens in both the Republic and the Sith Empire. If you have legitimate grievances with another party, you should speak to me. You should first, however, consult the Republic Embassy before pressing formal charges. Is there something you wish to bring to my attention?
I'd like to investigate the murder case involving Sunri.
That is acceptable, I believe. In Manaan legal tradition, the defendant can have an arbiter who tries to prove his innocence in court. This arbiter is a neutral party that can investigate the present evidence in the trial and argue on the defendant's behalf. As you are a Jedi, I believe you could fulfill this role adequately.
I suppose you're Sunri's only hope. We have to at least try to help him.
So be it. You are now appointed arbiter in this case of Sunri versus the Sith Empire. Your name and position have been recorded in our files. I will now inform you of the pertinent facts of this case. You have a limited amount of time to investigate and organize the defense of your client. I advise you use it wisely. Sunri was seen leaving a hotel, leaving behind a dead Sith woman, Alasa Horos. He's been charged with murder and is being held in the Auto City prison facilities. Due to his crippled status, he's being kept in a solitary holding cell. Witnesses claim to have seen the killing and are being detained at the hotel in question pending the trial. The manager of the hotel has now been informed of your appointment. Alessa was found dead of a blaster wound with an incriminating Republic medal clutched in her hand. This information has been uploaded to your datapad. It would be wise to review all information before the trial starts. You may question Sunri or the witnesses. The evidence in this case is heavily stacked against Mr. Sunri. I believe it will take some doing to absolve him of guilt.
Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
You may also interview the judges here, including myself, to get an idea of pertinent factors in this case. Since this is your first case and you are an off-worlder, I feel compelled to add good luck as my final missive.
Alright, well... I believe to start off in this court case, we should talk to these judges.
Since you've been designated arbiter in the Sunri case, I shall answer questions you might have.
What do you think of Sunri?
Sunri is a former Republic officer who's highly regarded by your people. He's admired by your people here on Manaan and even seems to maintain some sort of relationship with them still. If he is capable of some of the Republic citizens still believe him to be, he's certainly capable of actions that will result in this murder. Is there anything else you wish to ask in relation to this case?
Is there anything suspicious about this case?
Well, I've often wondered if Sunri were so innocent, why was he seen fleeing the scene of the crime? Why would he have been running if he had not committed the crime himself? Or was he at least aware of what had occurred? This case seems fairly simple and obvious to me. Your Republic types stick together, however, and I assume you'll go to lengths to defend him. What else do you want to ask?
What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire?
Both empires are at fault for this current conflict. The Republic in the past for laying down the foundations upon which the Sith Empire grew, and the Sith now, obviously, for starting the war. No matter the wrongs that have been done in the past, the Sith have no cause for renewing hostilities. It almost seems as if they just want to conquer everything. I believe the Republic has every right to defend itself and drive the Sith back from where they came from. Unfortunately for them, and perhaps for us, they do not seem to be doing a good job of it. Was there anything else you wanted to know?
No more questions for now. Alright, we'll ask each of the judges what they feel about the case.
I suppose I must spend some time talking to you since you are here in official capacity. What do you need?
What do you think of Sunri?
Sunri was a Republic soldier, a hero even. Do you think his Republic masters would let someone so valuable go so easily? I think not. I think Sunri maintains his contacts with the Republic and seeks to escalate the situation here. Is there anything else you require?
Anything suspicious about the case?
I find this case to be fairly straightforward. Sunri's from the Republic, Alossa's from the Sith. The great empires battling now live out their conflict through their minions too. Is that all?
What do you think of the Republic and Sith Empire?
I do not buy into the Republic line that this is some epic battle for the good Republic against the evil Sith Empire. The Sith Empire is merely an expansionist power, much like the Republic was in its early history. It is simply the turning of history, where the old is swept away by the men who new. Is there anything else anything intelligent you wish to know?
I have no more questions.
Then go and do not disturb me unless you have trial business to discuss.
I love the way the Selkath look, I hate the way they act.
As arbiter of the Sunri murder trial, you have the authority to question me on matters pertaining to this case.
I have questions about the trial.
You have the right, arbiter, to ask me questions regarding the case.
What do you think of Sunri?
Sunri is known as a hero in the Republic in your perpetual conflicts with the Sith Empire. While he may have been severely injured in the line of duty, I personally hold him in quite high regard.
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
In no way does this disability hamper him, though. Rest assured that my personal regard for Sunri will not affect my judgment. While emotion may rule your Senate, the cold, hard hand of the law rules here in Manaan. Is there anything else you wish to ask me, human?
Is there anything suspicious about this case?
Yes, there is something that's been bothering me. The medal that was found clutched in the Sith's hand. I find it most odd that such a blatantly incriminating piece of evidence would be left at the scene of the crime. We analyzed the evidence and it does not appear to be a replica, but I still have my doubts. In the midst of the crime, though, Sunri could have lost it. I have seen much more improbable things happen in my tenure in the courts.
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunri would have overlooked it being in Elassa's hand.
Is there another matter you wish to inquire about, human?
What do you think of the Republic and the Sith?
The governing bodies of both states seek to keep an amicable relationship with our world in order to facilitate the exporting of Kolto. I do not delude myself into thinking that either of your states holds any great love for us, but we are necessary, so you will let us hold our autonomy. I try not to concern myself with intergalactic policy. I find it stretches the letter of the law too much for my tastes. Is there anything else that concerns you, human?
No more questions for now.
Very well. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, you may speak to the warden in charge of the prison where Sunri is being held. He will bring Sunri to us and we'll commence the trial.
A lot of talk is going to be in the next episode.
The Arbiter, since you are permitted to defend Sunri against these accusations, I shall assist how I can.
What do you think of Sunri?
Sunri was a great warrior in his time. He fought for the Republic against the Sith aggression and proved valorous. I have great respect for his accomplishments, and I find it tragic that he finds himself in this current condition. If the Republic had more individuals like him right now, I do not believe the Sith would be a great problem for your people. Is there anything else I can assist with?
Is there anything suspicious about the case?
I find it questionable that a man with such a reputable past as Sunri would murder a Sith woman, especially not from behind. Knowing the Sith, there was probably some deception involved. They seek to do the same thing to us here. There has been much pressure by the Sith on our government, and even on the judges themselves, to deliver a guilty verdict in this case. But the letter of the law is absolute. We will not be compromised for Sith power games. Is there anything else you need?
What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire?
I find this great battle being waged across the galaxy both disturbing and ultimately tragic. For its faults, your tottering republic has benefited of the mass majority of the galaxy for many millennia. To see it fall in such a short time. I do not like the Sith, and that I make no effort to hide. I will even admit that if given the option, we would rule that we should join the Republic. But I remain impartial on the rule of this case as what law requires. Do you have any additional questions?
None for now. Okay, so... neutral, heavily siding toward the Sith, lightly siding toward the Sith, and then, heavily siding towards the Republic. This guy would be lightly siding toward the Republic, then.
I shall answer questions pertaining to the case and those questions only.
What do you think of Sunri?
I find the idea of some half-human cripple could murder someone as obviously competent as the Sith Elassa questionable at best. A man who could barely walk killed a Sith warrior in her prime? Preposterous. But I wouldn't put past the Republic to try to arrange such circumstances to see her dead. The Sith are more straightforward about their intentions. Is that all?
Is there anything suspicious about this case?
I find it presumptuous to assume that the crippled Sunri could kill Elassa. I think that there must have been another who killed her, perhaps one of the witnesses. I do not know the reason for the medal clutched in Elassa's hand either, but it may have been that she fought them off even as she died. I think that this may be work of some Republic conspiracy, and I'm not afraid to say so. If the only means of hurting the Republic is through Sunri, then so be it. Is that all?
What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire?
I think the Republic is an institution in sore need of a change. Has gone on too long, and the Sith are a fresh wind of change blowing across the galaxy. I do not believe in the false stories of the evils of the Sith Empire. They are nothing compared to the oppression and stagnation that the Republic represents at its core. If I was given the power to decide, Manaan would join the Sith, force the Republic to accept the new face of the future. But sadly, it would appear that I'm wiser and more farsighted than my immediate superiors, and I'm relegated to civil judicial matters. I will judge this case, and I will find Sunri guilty as he is charged to be.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change.
Impartiality is one thing, blindness is another entirely.
You said it, not I.
Are you finished?
I have no more questions.
Do not bring frivolous topics to discuss. I deal only with trial information.
All right, so we got plenty of information, and I think I could reacquaint myself with this better. Heavily Sith, heavily Republic, neutral, minorly Sith, minorly Republic. So I'm gonna have to play to those interests and bring heavy contradictions to each one of the ones on the Sith side. But for now, next time on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we're gonna be checking out this hotel where the witnesses are currently being held, and see if we can learn about the murder situation there. See you all then. Later.